For the F Shack. Love Dirty Mike and the boys.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys? How you know who we are?
What's this they call it, the podcast?
Morning Good.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, by the way, shout out to Tim's Braids Red Box.
Welcome to Morning Good.
All right, we're here with the Stinky Penis Boys.
Yo, yo, yo.
This is Saturday afternoon with the Stinky Penis Boys.
Stinky penis, pull back that foreskin, get a whiff.
What's up? Wait, Let me
you
get
have
a
foreskin?
sniff there.
No,
It's
I don't
the
get it.
Stinky Peeny Boys on I like Stinky Peeny Boys. That's funny. It's Saturday with the Stinky Peeny Boys.
Peony in the balls.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Peony in the
that.
ball. That should be the name of your podcast.
Peeny in the ball.
Yeah, you keep being like, I look so much bigger than the other people on the couch. It should be, you're Peony, we're the balls.
The guests have to cuddle up next to each other.
Yeah, by the way, the
Is it cold in here?
You want to scoot over slightly just to make sure? Yeah. The guests don't know, but yeah, last episode I recorded myself as ginormous, and I'll probably throw him out of whatever.
Yeah.
Who
Michael
cares?
is very nervous about his camera setup lately.
I am. Yeah. It's very concerning.
Yeah, I like it, dude. I was looking at it. That looks like a tactical camera.
Yeah, I spent my life savings on it. Did you really? Yeah, it's not a lot of money. I've been telling people, I'm like, my life savings, I have like $4,000 saved, and it was like 1,500 of that.
So you didn't spend your life savings on it.
No, you're right. You're right.
You spent like 35 years of your life savings.
Yes. Yeah.
If you think about your whole life collectively as $4,000.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. But that was so funny because somebody was on. You were there with. Or I don't know if you were there, but we were talking to what's his name, Johnny Salami, and he's like, yeah, this guy like just gave away his life savings, and it was like, I think it was like $100,000, and I was
Wow.
like, that's not that much. Like in my mind, I was like, but that's just because I expect myself to just like. It is sad how much I picture myself as a millionaire, and I know that's not what's gonna. But like my brain can't not adjust to picturing like my life the way my level of rich I would love to be is I would love to be a fucking like Bam Margera guy who's like so. No.
2023?
No, this all tracks.
yes. A Bam Margera, but like. To the point where I'm not living in LA or something like that. I'm just annoying my small town. They're like, God damn it. He's doing another party with elephants again. Like, why do they have to do this?
like a Kid Rock in Nashville.
Yes.
Yeah. Like a Doug
Ooh,
Stanhope.
I fantasize about just being a menace.
Who's another guy like that? I feel like those are that's like quite a triumvirate. Bam Margera,
Yeah.
Doug Stanhope, and Kid Rock, all of that.
Could you
lifestyle.
imagine hanging out? I mean, all those dudes for sure do.
Oh
massive
my
amounts of
God.
drugs.
Yeah. The like needle holes in my arms after a night like that.
Well, that's the dumb part. Everybody's mad at Bam Margera. They're like, "Oh, look at him, he's going on." It's like the show's called Jackass. He's the only one that's continuing to be a jackass.
You know what would bum me out is I feel like if I would hang out with Bam Margera or Kid Rock, those guys are doing coke with me, no problem.
Yeah.
If I hang out with Doug, I would feel like I'd be like, "Hey, you want to do blow?" And he'd be like, "Nah, I'm like tired today." And I'm like, "Oh,
I'll just dye my hair purple.
Yeah. Kid Rock would be so much fun to hang out with, but like it would be one of those things too. It's like you don't know where he'd randomly go on a rant about something.
You might have to listen to him like sing. He might insist on singing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're really.
Did you hear his watch thing that he does?
What does he
what
do?
is this?
So he like has this like really nice watch on like his arm, and like he'll like party with people. He like invites a lot of people out to party, and then like he'll pick someone at the end of the night and be like, "I want you to have this watch. Like it's a really meaningful watch. It's expensive." But like I like to give it to people who I like, and they're like, "Holy shit! Like I can't take this watch." He's like, "Look, it's fine. Like just take it."
It's an Apple Watch
I'll get a
filled
new
with
one.
child pornography. Just calls the cops.
Yeah, Kid Rock. But he gives them the watch at the end of the night, and then like the people are like super excited who get it, and then they go home and they like Google it, and it's like a $50 watch, just a knockoff watch, but he doesn't tell them. That's so funny.
That's a
And he does
hilarious
it like every night. Like he does it to someone.
That is a funny bit.
Yeah, just tell somebody something's worth so much.
Yeah, he's like my grandfather Rock. Gave me to this
Poppy Rock.
Poppy Rock.
Well, I think I'm just why he has a southern accent, but he's like from Detroit.
I think he's a fake person. Everything about him is fake.
So true. I'm like, yeah, what is he? Yeah. He's like a replica of the White House, right? See, that's the thing is, I think you'd be having fun with him, and then you say something like, let's say, okay, Paddy, you're banging hookers with Kid Rock.
Naturally.
Right? and you tell him you like licked her asshole, he's like, dude, that's fucking gay, man. You're out of the friend group. Now. You're like, what? And he would just randomly turn on
You
you.
would have like a lot of there'd be like rules that you like weren't prepared for.
Yeah.
You'd just be like, yeah, I kissed her on the lips. She's like, you did what?
Yeah.
My house? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you fucking love Biden? You're like,
Yeah, because deep down he is like probably a pretty like taut conservative. He's a very like
Dude, to an
fucking
extent.
knows?
Yeah, to an extent, because he does kind of ride that line where he's randomly just like, oh, fuck yeah, but I'm having fun. But then randomly he's just like, this is our children's generation's going to be screwed up. You're like, why do you care about the kids?
Dude, you have like a fucking awesome bar. And that's the part. But I guess that's like part of like why he's so big in Nashville is because he like inserts himself into stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why you got to go, dude. When you wash up, you go Bam Margera, right? You threaten to kill your brother.
yeah.
Did he do
run
that?
into the? Yes, he threatened to kill him, like ran into the forest and just disappeared. You get in fights with your
Yeah,
wife.
he
in
Bo is
public.
afraid.
Aaron Carter, another one. Oh, good movie, by the way. Did you see
Yeah.
Bo's Afraid?
Loved it.
We
It's one
saw
of
it
my favorite movies.
together.
Yeah.
And like it was.
Oh, is that the one? Is that where you abandoned him in the movie theater?
no,
No. That was 65 with Adam Driver, which everybody should have abandoned everybody.
yeah. Yeah, the director abandoned us on that movie, dude.
Michael thought he was doing you a favor. He's like, Patty's gonna get shot in the head. It's probably for the best.
He's like, I'm gonna
That's
have
the only way to wipe it from your brain.
It's like I'm gonna get so much sympathy from this for being there for his last moments. He was such a good comedian, underrated. Now I'm gonna have to pass on his legacy.
Do you? I always
He
do.
told me if coincidentally said if anything ever happened to him, I should get all the spots. All three.
But you were saying something before. I forgot where I was going. Something about Bam Margera. I don't know, just having fun and.
Oh, just being like wreaking havoc on your small town. Being a millionaire.
retreating to the
Oh, because you were
woods.
talking about, dude, that's what, it was funny. You were talking about like $100,000 in savings isn't a lot. Michael, age 37, only has like $1,700 in his savings.
Yeah.
He's like, next year, this should accumulate to at least 2 or 3 million.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's just random peak at some point. But dude, I've been watching that stuff like so much recently because everybody's with the writer's strike. Everybody's like, "Oh no, we're gonna go back to reality TV." It's like, dude, Bam Margera just doing insane stuff. That was beautiful. I love that. Like, I love that era of like people. I mean, he skateboarded, but I would be one of those guys who's with the crew but doesn't know how to skateboard. But
Yeah.
they're like, I'd hope to be fun.
They should make a reality TV show where it's Bam Margera doing hospice care for like people about
Just
to
taking
die.
care of like the very elderly.
yeah, and just
Yo,
like,
we're gonna go put a pillow over her head.
and him just sneaking their medication away.
There's one for you, one for me.
Yeah.
Just, I was like, all your patients are complaining that they're in severe pain. He's like, that's crazy. Anyway, watch me do this ollie.
Watch me. I'm gonna push her down the stairs in a wheelchair.
Yeah, this is grandma stairs. Just like a fucking.
Are we going to the park today? Whoa!
Shut up, bitch. That's the funniest is rewatching Viva La Bam, and he's just so rude to his mom. He's like, "Stop bitching, ape. We're fucking partying tonight."
Dude, I felt watching the old Jackass movies. I do feel bad for Phil and his mom.
But I
Oh,
was.
yeah.
the Preston getting like snuck in for Phil in the switcheroo thing is so
Oh,
funny.
that is so funny. Yeah. But it is also one of the things too where I was watching a podcast with them. I was like, dude, April's like the perfect mom, and Phil's like that's like the perfect parents.
Yeah.
Like their son is insane, but they're somehow keeping like they're getting pissed off, but like in a fun way.
That like the whole Jackass crew is like an unbelievable like culmination of people. Everyone in that is like so interesting.
Well, yeah, and
Like
the best,
Knoxville's one of the funniest fucking people.
yeah,
Like Steve-O is super interesting. Like
Well, and it's really interesting, like the depth, like even like because I started going the outskirts. I'm listening to podcasts with like fucking Rake. What's his name? His name Rake or what is it?
Poopy.
No. Their name. I was really getting into Poopy Dildo stories, all their nicknames. But I think his name is Rake. He's one of the long-haired guys from Viva La Bam. But he was like, so Viva La Bam was like Bam. It was after Jackass, but Bam is hanging out with all of his high school friends because they started these CKY videos where literally they were just like in bumfuck Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
just like filming pranks on each other and them just like harassing, just doing total nonsense. But one of the dudes was like a chemist. So like he had a full-time chemistry job while doing Viva La Bam.
Wow.
Which was insane. Now he's like back to being like a full.
Now he's working on a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, just
All
to specifically
ends-
kill Bam. But no, it's just interesting because it's like those guys were like just guys, and they're like, we always get emails. People are like, "Oh, me and my friends did that shit way before you." He's like, "Yeah, but you didn't videotape it."
Yeah.
He's like, everybody across America was like doing pranks on their friends. They
Yeah,
weren't
it's called
videotaping.
being a guy.
Yeah. You invented being a guy. Yeah.
You invented being fun to hang out with.
Yeah, no, we just
Congrats.
monetized that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love all that shit, dude. The new Jackass, I like cried in the theater. I was so happy.
Yeah.
At
I didn't
the
see
end.
it yet.
Oh, it's so
I like
good.
started it at home alone, and I was like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah, you need to watch it with some pals.
just sitting like by myself, to be like, yeah, that was good.
Very funny. What you did with the bees there, very good. Very good.
Just tweeting by myself. Jackass, funny
Just
movie.
a tweed jacket, like big glasses.
Yes.
Well done, puking the milk on your friend. Well done.
That was a great time for this time for that movie because it was like that is something that you can't like whether you're a Filipino trans woman in Oregon or like a redneck in the South, people getting hit in the balls is fun. Like
Everyone loves
and
Jackass.
you can't just be like, oh, it's just fun. It was weird they tried to include the girl. Like that was kind of like
That there was a girl in it.
yeah.
like an
Rachel
attractive
Wolfson,
girl. Yeah. And
She was like a New York comic, I think.
I think she was New York and then L.A. and then she joined the crew.
I would love the what do you call it? Recruitment for her. They're like, Rachel, have you ever thought about getting kicked in the pussy? Like, how does that
Yeah.
on your radar?
She gets stung on like the face with a scorpion.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And it also Jasper from Odd Future is in it too, right?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know. Do you not know? Are you not into Odd Future stuff?
I like the idea of it. Like,
Just a black jackass.
Yes.
You're like, I support it, but I can't personally get behind it.
Yeah.
Well, I just haven't watched it enough. Like, those things you're like, oh, I've seen clips. I'm like, I like this. Like, I think Tyler the Creator is very funny. Like,
He was just Jasper was like one of the guys who was in that, and now he was the black jackass guy in the new one.
Oh, okay.
Tyler the Creator is also in it for he
That
does
makes
a
sense.
cameo. Yeah.
Did you not finish it?
I started it and I was like, what am I doing? I am by myself.
I can't
need a
watch
friend.
I can't watch anything by myself. Like in my apartment, I just get so distracted. It's so hard to sit down and like watch something.
Oh yeah, for sure. And also, like, I'm done watching most things alone. Like, especially in theaters. I want to go see Flash alone. Jesus Christ!
I heard that. Did that movie stink?
I talked about it in the last episode. Yeah, dude, it's really affecting me. like, I'm just thinking about it all day.
Michael's like the last guy in America who's like still like upset when a comic book movie is
Yeah.
It's like they really hurt me, the last honest fan.
I'm a victim of Ezra Miller's attacks.
About his crimes.
I've been watching Succession.
Oh yeah.
Succession, one of the best shows on TV.
Best.
Wait, is that
My
a riff
fa-
you did on the last one?
What now?
It is. So for people that don't know,
I don't
me and Paddy
remember.
recorded an episode a couple days ago that completely got deleted.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about how we're going to organically try to bring up the same jokes.
No, I don't think I don't know if we did talk about it.
Oh,
But when
maybe
you're talking
somebody
about $100,000, like, because they're just dealing with billions of dollars.
It means nothing to them.
and it's nothing,
Yeah.
dude. It's crazy that that's a real. I don't know how you watch that show because there's people who watch that show and they still believe in like the political system.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know how you still. I know it's a show and like Will Ferrell's an executive producer, but like
he's not like involved in it.
I think he's an executive producer.
Yeah, that'd
Because
be
him and
creatively,
Adam
though.
McKay's company like
Oh,
were
so
involved
he
with the
doesn't-
pilot, but that company doesn't exist.
Yeah, I
anymore.
couldn't imagine Will Ferrell going up and
Just
being
like-
like, okay,
just like
now
telling them
you're-
what to do.
yeah. I want
Okay,
you to
Jesse,
be
this is
really,
really good.
stern on this.
Yeah, the idea of him directing is hilarious. Like him, yeah.
Just him in glasses and a scarf. Like you're like, this is an SNL character.
Yeah.
I was like so you called it Succession?
Yeah.
Just a bit where someone thinks they're watching the same show. They're like, my favorite episode is when the two football players are giving each other massages because their hamstrings hurt, and then they start kissing.
And they start sucking each other's dick.
It's like, I don't know, where'd you find that episode? Just online, streaming,
I always wanted to do like spin-off porn series, like
Yeah,
just direct them.
It is something like I feel like I've watched porn like that where it's silly and it does make you feel good afterwards.
Yeah.
You're like, that was fun.
Everyone had a good time.
Versus like a guy with a camera, like, oh yeah, wait. So repeat your age again, 19. Nice. You're like, oh, this isn't fun at all.
12 inches a slave.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of what I don't know. I haven't seen. Even I don't know. They're fun. You know what I mean? Even when it's something crazy, like a guy dressed up as like SpongeBob getting his dick sucked, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep well after watching this. Like, I'm gonna, you know what I mean?
It makes it more hot too, because it's like different, and then you see tits on sandy cheeks.
Yes,
you're
and,
like, oh,
somebody who
okay.
looks like they're having fun. It is kind of like a yeah.
I just want
Yeah.
to. This is just a fun tidbit for the viewer or listener. Michael's girlfriend is no more than 7 feet away from this conversation.
We're just talking about porn.
They should make a hentai with Squidward.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That's got to exist, right?
I don't see one where he's having fun though. He's never having fun though.
Oh,
No.
but that's what puts a smile on his face.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the only thing. He's like, I just want pussy. Everything sucks.
Or just an episode of just SpongeBob just walks into Squidward's house and you just hear SpongeBob go, "Oh no!" and just runs away.
Pearl the whale is spread out on his bed.
Either join in or
SpongeBob.
quit watching. You were talking about Succession. Yeah, I've had this
Succession.
Succession. Yeah, I've had this weird feeling about like rich people where it's like everybody wants. Like I think genuinely for society, this is a weird take.
It's a deep take.
Deep take. Instead of everybody's like, oh, money should be spread out so everybody has sort of a good life. No, why not give a couple people incredible lives and let everybody else live a terrible life? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what we live in.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, that's cool. You're cool with what's going on. That's nice.
Yeah, 'cause it's like we give everybody. Now, this isn't a genuine take. I'm just exploring this idea. It's like you take it's like it annoys me when people see a yacht and they're like, "That's disgusting." It's like that's beautiful.
Yeah.
like it's beautiful that somebody is enjoying that. Like it's not me, and it sucks. It's not me. But it's like if I didn't even know that would exist, I wouldn't have known what to
What
strive
a fucking bootlicker Mike is.
No.
Mike just kissing Elon Musk's shoes, just like, oh, keep enjoying life for me. Thank you.
But like if you have a nice yacht and then you're complaining about white privilege, because that's like the dichotomy, like those
Oh, for
people,
sure. Yeah.
they're like, oh well, I don't want to like it's like use the yacht.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah.
you're just gonna let it sit there and have like minorities just looking at it, be like, God damn, I want to be on that thing. Like use
How
it.
often do you think though, like a Hispanic guy working on a yacht? Just because you used that scenario, I totally didn't picture that myself. But how
Hispanic people doing labor?
never. But I wonder like if there's ever that moment where it's like I don't know, like I've worked in 1,000 offices, and there is like a moment where like everybody's out of the office where you kind of like go to like the CEO's chair and kind of like. You don't maybe sit in the chair, but you're kind of like,
Take your pants off.
yeah,
settle
you kind
in.
of feel like I wonder if they ever
Yeah.
do that with a yacht, where like there's a moment where they're like
Just grab the wheel.
yeah,
God
Yo
damn.
soy el capitan.
yeah. Like nobody's looking. Like there's got to be a moment where you kind of like lay out one of the couches and you're like, all right, this is
Yeah, this
not
is
so
pretty
bad.
cool.
Because if we're talking about working in a place like maybe those people are brutal to work for, but you look out the window and it's like a beautiful fucking view.
Yeah, that's true.
They're probably getting paid way more than I am to work some bullshit office job.
Yeah, they are, but they have like 17 children,
That's true
so
too.
they have no money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard if you spread out all the world's wealth, like to everyone in the world, everyone would be poor, like really poor.
Yeah.
So, I guess we got a good system
We
going.
got a great system going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy with everything.
Capital, dude. One time when I was in Disney World, I was fucking hammered at Epcot. It was on 4th of July. They did like a fireworks thing, and like after the end, it's like a full park of people leaving the park. And someone in the crowd started a capitalism rules chant. It was the best thing. I was like, capitalism rules. My sister's like, stop it. Stop
Just like a Chechen immigrant, just being like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, because everyone's like, dude, look how amazing. We just got wowed by the wonder of Disney on 4th of July. This is a great country, dude.
That's like a beautiful ending to a day. It's like you always
Yeah.
forget how awesome theme parks are. Like I genuinely like every time I've been since I've like been an adult, I'm like, this is so sick.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
so interesting, Michael. So you like theme parks. That also comes as a surprise to me.
Sarcasm.
You're from Orlando.
Yeah.
I've never been to Disney World. I like Disneyland.
Besides Epcot, tell all Disney to suck your left nut. Go to Universal Studios and have the time.
I've
of your
been.
life.
I love Universal.
Velocicoaster.
Dude, I've been on.
Yeah.
I went on the Hulk. I went on the Fire
Good
and Ice
ride.
Dragon. It's been years since I went. The Fire and Ice Dragons. I love roller coasters. Those
Fire
are
and
so
Ice
sick.
is now Harry Potter world, I think.
Are you like a big Harry Potter nerd?
I have like a Harry Potter bit.
I like the Harry Potter bit,
Yeah.
and I feel like you've mentioned it like twice in this conversation.
I do like Harry Potter. I mean, I've read all
He's
the
trying to bring up an
books.
old Harry Potter bit from the last episode.
Yeah, they redid it. Now it's like Harry Potter World, which is fucking great. They did a great job with it.
Dude, you love Harry Potter.
I love Harry Potter. If he listens to the show,
I'm a huge fan of everything. Doesn't know it's not real. I would love to go to Hogwarts. I don't know if there's like a adult education program that you can get me involved in.
I was like one of those kids when I turned 11. I like stood out by the mailbox, like waiting for my letter.
oh, you're like a gay little nerd.
Yeah, just like bird watch, looking for an owl. Like I've never seen an owl before, but I assume
Your
now
dad's like, don't come back inside until you
like
learn how
Harry
to throw
Potter,
a football.
bro.
Yeah.
yeah. Dad, can I sleep under the stairs tonight?
I don't give a fuck what you do. Just get a fucking job or get out of the house.
11 years old. When are you gonna start working?
People are like the whole trans thing with Harry Potter. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so silly. Like J.K. Rowling used to, like she was like, I thought she was the first person who introduced trans, because like she had that class where they would turn like rats into chalices, you know?
That's what
And you were like, this is the invention of a transgender.
I was like, this is going to be the start of a movement. One day. And then, dude, that's what happens. They take it when you're at the top. They just cut your legs out, dude.
Are you,
Throw you to the wolves.
Yeah, it is funny too, because like there is this like I always have the same opinion on everything. Everybody's like, oh, look at this person who's successful, has terrible views. It's like, yeah, but is she like is if you buy Harry Potter, is she now like funding something? You know what I mean? It's like maybe
Yeah.
I don't know the answer, because it was like when Chick-fil-A was like doing stuff, and maybe they were doing stuff that was actually bad, but I was like, gay marriage is legal, so like if they are against it, it's like it's not really.
Yeah.
It's like now they just have iPads that say gay marriage.
Imagine
should be
she was
illegal.
funding like this like secret group of like mercenaries who just take trans people and like hold them down and like screw their cock back up.
you see about like these shadow groups in England? You're like, that's all made up, right? It's like, no, I think it's real.
Dude, that's a hilarious idea. Just some guy dressed up like a ninja, but he's got like just dicks with screwdrivers. He's like,
Yeah, like throwing stars. oh, my masculinity is returning.
This is what God
Just a
wanted.
blow dart gun of testosterone. oh God, my balls. My balls are returning. Oh, trans.
that's healthy.
Dude, this submarine thing is really like sticking with me. I'm having a hard time of like letting go.
Getting
of this.
over it?
Dude, because I have like a deep-seated fear of the ocean. I think I told you that.
Well founded.
Yeah, the idea I could never go in that sub because like knowing that there's things below me that I can't see fucking freaks me
I know
out.
you're also on the 5th floor of the building, though. Does that not affect?
Well, it's just like it's just fish. I don't like the look of
yeah,
them.
yeah. They smell weird.
Did
They
you
feel
hear
weird.
the pressure described that they were under?
I heard that they just exploded.
Yes, this was explained on the last episode.
Oh, it was?
So there's enough pressure that water comes in before air leaves, or something like that.
I don't know that the only
There's always analogies. I feel like there's one guy describing
the
this
only
stuff.
the analogy that I heard, and this is the only thing I understand, is that it was like having an Empire State Building made of lead on top of you. That's like the amount of pressure that they were under.
Oh my God.
So when it's just like
Metaphorically, like with all
That-
their families excited rooting for them. The amount of pressure down there. Is, everybody wants you to be smart, but you can't be.
that's
smart
that's
all
how
the
you feel the pressure when you go down. You just feel like, oh my God, I'll never make my parents happy.
My wife wants me to propose.
My wife wants me to propose.
I'm not ready.
It just gets irrational. My baby wants me to have a baby. What?
The Jefferson Report is due in 2 hours. I haven't started it.
I'm at the bottom of the goddamn ocean. There's no Wi-Fi down here.
Yeah, I heard. I think maybe they might have killed the guy in there, the main guy, before.
No,
they
apparently
imploded.
they said like it happened like that.
Was it like? But how soon after they like launched though? That's
It
my
was they were
question.
toward the bottom when it collapsed.
Oh,
'Cause I'm
I'm wondering.
wondering-
They got in the water and then just
So
immediately blew up.
what happened is like when so later they found out the Navy has like an acoustical array that like measures like audio signatures in the ocean.
Right.
And after the fact, it was made clear that like that apparatus captured like basically the sound of an implosion, like right at the time that the sub was supposed to have disappeared. So when it lost communication
okay.
is when it imploded.
It was aliens.
You think it was aliens?
It was aliens.
There are fucking dude. Have you seen the fucking things down there? It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the same boat. By the same boat, guys.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hey.
I'm in the same submarine.
Dude, how about a picture when they fucking because they bolted them in there? Did you know? Did you
Yeah,
hear that part?
yeah.
When I hear like fucking drills like bolting me into a metal thing, I'm
I
like,
know.
yo, you know what? Fuck this. I'm sorry. Keep the
I made a
$250,000.
mistake.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Dude, how much? They had to have had Xanax down there, right?
I have
Like, there's
no
no
idea.
way you go into a submarine without.
They
like,
definitely had some drugs because they're all super rich.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're also the type of people that will go into a submarine. Like,
yeah, those are thrill seekers. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not boring rich people. They're very fun.
they're not thinking twice about putting a little powder up their nose, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting
Oh, this is
bolted
gonna
in.
come out like 2 weeks later. So everybody's gonna be like, God damn it! Don't bring up the submarine.
No, sorry.
Dude, speaking of aliens, because you
Yes.
mentioned aliens. Did you hear about
family who
the-
saw the
What?
The Mexican family.
Oh,
story.
okay. Just Luis Lopez.
Yeah.
I heard he had Luis recently. Did you hear about the news about that moon around Saturn?
No.
So they have these probes that go out and like collect like chemical samples from the because Enceladus, the moon around Saturn, is like considered a candidate for having
Enceladus
life.
is the name of it?
Enceladus, I think it's ENCELAUDUS.
Salad.
Okay, thank you.
Suck my dick. But they basically it has like 5 of the essential molecules that are like building blocks for life, and there's supposed to be liquid water under the surface.
In Saturn? Or
One
the moon?
of the moons of Saturn. Isn't that
See,
crazy?
Yeah, I know, and that's cool, and I like that stuff. And what annoys me in elementary school, they're like, there can't be life on any other planets. I was like, why? They're like, it couldn't sustain. I'm like, yeah, our life. I can't survive naked in Antarctica either. But it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like there could be an Arctic, some being that can handle that. They're like, yeah, life as we know it. It's like, well, yeah, because that's only on this fucking planet. It's like, I guarantee there's other things that could survive in a colder environment.
So that was a recent because they have phosphate or phosphor or some essential chemical, and it like completed whatever like of the 5 essential chemicals it is to create like amino acids or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be funny if like we went to Mars or something. We got there and like everything is fine. Like we're living there, or some planet that they say there's life, and we go, but it just like smells like farts all the time. Like, God damn it! God damn it!
There's just a guy there like, no, you'll get used to it. It's like, it's like, well, then, why did
one guy farting?
All right, we got to send up a new probe. It's just like a robot with a giant nose. Yeah, it's unsustainable. It smells like farts.
We can't. It's too bad. It's just. It's bad farts. It's beef jerky farts up there.
There's no way you would know. That's the thing.
No,
Like,
yeah,
until
because
you
they don't
actually get
test for that. You know?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
Like,
Well, that's
can
my
we
voice about
breathe?
New York City. Like New York City looks so good in movies because you can't smell shit and piss.
Yeah.
I can't. Do you walk around smelling shit and piss? I think I'm
Not
nose-
like going down like
I think I'm I don't mean like that. You're doing that. I just mean like you get a wafting on the regular.
all the time.
Yeah, I get it a lot.
I think I'm nose blind.
That's
maybe.
possible. Yeah.
Maybe you have COVID.
Still. But I've just always had it.
Yeah.
One of my friends used to think when you'd fart, he'd go behind you and just go. It's the funniest thing ever. Like it was disgusting, but you just go like 3 inches away from your ass and just go. It's
good stuff.
It was a great fucking joke. I just saw a picture of him recently, an old picture of him getting like arrested on the beach wearing sunglasses. It's the coolest picture. He's wearing sunglasses. He's got a gold chain with a cross on it, and he's just getting arrested on the beach. He looks like Pablo Escobar.
It's a miracle that you got out of there. I'll be honest.
Out of Florida?
Yeah, it's like you describing like the third world country that you came from. Everyone's
like that
dead or
son-
been arrested.
Yeah.
You're like that Sun Young Park or whatever that chick.
Oh, the
with
person who got out of North
yeah,
Korea.
the chick with the huge tits. Like we couldn't eat in North Korea.
Nice, yeah, cool, nice. You want to come on my podcast?
Wear something tight.
Yeah, that is always so funny. She has like those giant fake. It's just funny because her body's so tiny.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Some people think she's like full of shit though.
Yeah, I don't
know
know.
anything
Oh, my
about
favorite is Nikhil Mehta. So he has a friend. He knows the guy who died in North Korea, like the fraternity guy. He's
Oh,
like went to his
really?
high school or something.
Of course he does. Nikhil's probably the one who told him to rip down the posters. It'll be fine, dude.
Yeah.
But Nikhil's
I
like,
don't fucking care. Wait, why?
Why? Who? It's a poster. Who gives a fuck?
But
Sure.
he told me this at the pair, and he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I knew that guy," and I was like, "Oh, that's." And I went back to my phone and like just like I was like,
And you're like,
whatever.
that isn't the craziest thing you've ever
Yeah.
heard.
But and then I was like, "Oh no, I was trying to be a little more like fake empathetic." I was like, "No, that really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that." And he was like, "It's
Whatever.
Yeah, and then people started walking by, and I was like, "Did you hear Nikhil's best friend died?" I just started. Everybody's like, "I'm so sorry. He was that guy." It was like 5 years ago.
Did you know him well?
I think he was on the same soccer team or something like that.
Died.
Yeah. I've always said this though, like if he would have won that, everybody's like, "What an idiot!" I'm like, "Yeah, but if you would have brought that back to your fraternity, that would be the sickest thing ever."
Yeah, that
like
would be sweet.
The payoff is awesome.
Yeah, he just got like he stole one of Kim Jong Un's like suits or whatever.
Yeah, dude, that would be so
He just
sick
got
at a
to wear
party.
that.
Yeah, you got like all the.
He's got the
Get
haircut.
the badges.
He's just a highly decorated general.
Yeah. Just doing a beer bong.
And in
Yeah.
North Korea, they're like, look, if he has the uniform, we do have to respect that.
Do you remember when that Seth Rogen movie came out?
The interview, yeah.
And remember how we're like, guys, we might like get nuked because of this movie, and they're like, let's put it out anyway. Like just a stupid movie.
What also didn't it was a very weird thing. Like originally they thought that it was like North Korea who had like threatened over the movie, but then it just ended up being like some guy on the internet.
Yeah.
was like there was like there's a lot of weird mystery.
That's kind of the nice thing about our country is like we're our greatest defense. Like we hate America more than any other country hates them, except maybe like Iraq or whatever.
Yeah,
like they probably really hate us, but
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, but that is that thing too, though, where it's like everybody gets so. That's always the funny thing. A weird intimidation. They're like, "Oh, well, North Korea." It's like they're not going to bomb us over a South Korea movie. They're going to bomb us because they want to bomb us. You know, like, they're going to kill us for other reasons.
If they're bombing us, it's for love of the game.
Yeah.
they just want the virgins. Like they don't give a shit about where they go. They just want those hot.
You talking
tight,
Iraq?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about North Korea.
We're talking about North Korea.
Oh, I'm sure there's a
You
virgin
don't listen.
deal.
There's a
linked
virgin
in.
situation over there. Look, everyone's got a situation where you die, you get virgin.
I can't see anyone bombing anyone for their country like alone, and then their
Outside
country
the
is
pussy.
just like you also get like a lot of young pussy. They're like,
I love the idea of them designing a bomb to only kill dudes. They're like, we'll drop it. All the pussy will still be there.
Yeah.
It'll be intact. It doesn't kill women.
Or just like after like someone would have like Japanese kamikazes like find out about like the jihadist like suicide bomber deal. They're like, so I just been doing this. Wait a minute. For
I'd like to
nothing?
renegotiate my contract.
Hold on. I would like at least 73 virgins.
Yeah. You gave me 98 rolls of sushi.
I was given a lot of rice, which is nice. I do like it.
Yeah, it's good. My family will be fed, but what about all the pussy?
That was one of my favorite videos I saw recently. It was Gangnam Style, but it's like, oh, Oppenheimer. And it's like the trailer for Oppenheimer. It's like, we're going to make this bomb. It's like, Oppenheimer. But it stays just like a, he's like, it's so fucked up. He's like, I thought we were making rice cookers. He's like, we are in a way.
Do you guys want to do an Oppenheimer Barbie back-to-back movie day?
I'm down. That sounds
That'd be
tight.
so-
What
you
does
have
that come up?
you have to do Barbie first, though.
I feel like I got to do Oppenheimer first.
So, dude, I think Oppenheimer is gonna hit me, dude.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that deep patriot in me is gonna be and like the human life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, ooh, it's gonna hurt, dude. It's gonna be tough.
History stuff I can't get me. Even if it was something, like for some reason, something that's like,
Actually,
I'm weird
happened.
like this, dude. It's so weird. My brain, anything past the hippie movement, going backwards, I don't care about. It's very weird that my brain does this. I've noticed that's the cutoff. For some reason, I have a horrible time relating to anybody.
So you're saying you don't care about the Holocaust?
Yeah, that's all I heard.
All right, let me.
Let me change.
So
my
Michael, good. Let's
timeline.
reiterate. You think what was it? Slavery means nothing to you?
Yeah, what is the hippie movement? Why is that so like?
Why is that the cutoff date?
Yeah.
Meaning, I don't want to watch stuff before that because
Michael
it makes me
Good,
so sad.
Martin Luther King means
Because-
absolutely nothing.
No,
to me.
it's sad to me that I don't want to look at a world that was so negative. That's what it is.
okay.
No, but I think what it is, it's like my brain. I'm
Not
like,
until white people started protesting does Michael care. Just like white people with acid, Michael's like, all right, these guys might have something to say, actually.
well, I think there's something about like. I think culturally there was just like a ginormous just shift in like so many different things that like it's weird. I know for me, everybody before 1970, maybe 68, I just picture dudes in suits. Everybody just it's very.
I think there is a thing. No one gave a fuck what like young people thought until like the late 60s.
Yes, and it's less of a culture thing. It's like I don't know why. Like if you were to ask me, pick up a year, but after 1800,
1801.
1801, picture just guys in black and white suits, and it's just boring visually to me. And
in
I think
1801, people
Yeah.
are dressed like it's 1955. You're like, oh, I would not have pictured that. It's like George Washington is still alive.
You know what's interesting to me is throughout human history, we never shaved our pubes until like 30 years ago.
yeah, because I think there's a very tactical purpose for them. So the purpose of pubes is to stop friction when fucking.
That's the purpose of pubes?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's supposed to one of the purposes. The other ones are to shave them and put in your friend's mouth when he's asleep.
I
But
thought it was to tell a man you got some opinion.
Yeah.
That was the purpose.
But it's like, yeah, no, it's supposed to stop like it's supposed to because it glides, in a way that it kind of like stops.
you don't want to be starting fires down there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, skin to skin contact.
You would
is-
think it would create more friction.
you would, right? Yeah, but it
Yeah.
does the actual
Cushions.
opposite.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've done your research on this.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe it's just honestly like it's probably just a thing you do in your 20s.
Shave your pubes?
Yeah.
Well, no, I think trimming your pubes is really an important thing. But That's a weird sentence. The way I said it too. It was such seriousness.
By the way, with much more conviction than he said that he cared about the Holocaust.
yeah.
Which, by the way, he never said. Go on.
Talk about a bunch of bushes out there, dude.
I just like, Michael, you don't really care about the Holocaust. I don't know. Yeah, what's the deal with pubes? Well, that's very interesting that you say that, Patty.
Got a lot of strong opinions about pubes. Well, I think also when it comes to Holocaust, everything's been said about it. I'm not gonna have a new angle on it. So, but
No.
pubes, it's a fresh enough idea that I could dive in there and say something original.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, no, I think that yeah, I don't know. I changed my mind again. I don't care about it. Yeah.
Trim your pubes.
I trim when I can, but I forget about it for like.
Do you go
8 months.
buzzer? I used to go razor, dude. Just straight razor.
Yeah.
Straight razor?
Straight razor. Yeah. I didn't want a chance of cutting a gay pattern on my.
Is a straight razor? Is that like the ones you do coke and cut your wrist with?
Yeah, that's like the Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, dude, that is a bold move right there.
Yeah, just like,
Yeah, like Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, that was a terrible life though, because like I remember when I was like in elementary school or whatever, like older dudes would be like, "You got to shave your pubes," and I was like, "Well, I got to get them first before I start shaving." Like, you want to grow them,
Or you just like, I binge. Also, why are you talking to adult men about your pubes
Not
before
like-
you have them?
I just be older dudes, like like
Just when older dudes were inspecting my pubes at the time.
Yeah,
You'd be like,
dude,
"You've
I
been shaving them. That's
I
good."
never got a sex talk. My
Really?
sex.
I got
my
mine
sex-
Really, I'm
on-
surprised with your background that
I
that's
know.
the case.
Now I'm like scared of sex. dude.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I'm not like comfortable with people. It takes a while for me to be like comfortable
With boning.
with boning. Yeah, but like my sex talk was because my dad was my fifth
don't
grade
do it.
teacher. My dad was like the other fifth grade teacher in like my school. So in fifth grade they gave us the talk, and like he must have known that like I was in there because like he like when he was preparing the speech. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about sex.
Because
get in here. Get closer.
he kept like he gave us a talk, but for 45 minutes, all he talked about to our entire class of boys.
How nice your mom's pussy was. And
I mean,
folks,
you
when
get
I
in there and you don't remember it being that tight, but it is that tight.
It
And guys, when I say wet, just picture. You ever run through a muddy field after a storm?
It's a dog leg left. But he just for 45 minutes just talked about like in detail wet dreams.
Oh,
That was my speech. Just
Dang.
like wet dreams. He's like, guys, sometimes you're going to go to sleep and you're going to wake up and there's going to be a substance in your pants.
and that was not me raping
And
you
anyway-
when you were asleep. It was, not, it was your own. cum.
And anyway, that was it. Good night. And
Sometimes it comes on your ass.
but I've never had a wet dream.
Yeah, that's the thing is I kind of agree that there was a big talk on wet dream, and I've had like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like
I've
that's
never
one
had-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, never.
But it's like they tell you not to jerk off. So like, are priests just constantly having wet dreams, just busting loads all over their?
Well, because they're the
Maybe.
only ones who like are obeying the rules not to masturbate.
Yeah.
They probably make like a Rube Goldberg machine of like religious artifacts that like stroke their dick. I think God's gonna be fine with this one.
I open a Bible and it hits a button. That knocks over dominoes.
Yeah.
It's not me pulling the cum
And the
out
blood
my
of
penis.
Christ pours over the tip of my penis.
Yeah. Dude, that's probably like you could probably make a priest come so easily because
Oh,
you could
dude,
flick his
yeah.
nuts and then he just fucking dude, that'd be like, just go through the choir, just boom, boom, boom. It's like the
power of Christ compels.
And peace be with you.
That's probably what the first exorcism was. It's just
I think there's a guy's like, oh, there's a demon in me. That's what that was. There's a
Yeah, you
demon.
got to get it out right now with your mouth. Say a prayer, 3 Hail Marys.
This guy feels so guilty. He's like, oh no, now I got to make up possession and exorcisms to cover that up.
The funniest thing I saw was my priest one time. He's like a prankster.
Oh.
And I saw him like lift a woman's skirt up as like a joke because it's so. But that's a great,
Hilarious.
Like she's like, Father so and so, like it's classic, yeah. But it wasn't like he was like looking under. He was just like debrief, like maybe he pulled it, maybe he like just tugged it. But I remember him maybe pulling it up. So why
Yeah.
else would you?
It's inappropriate.
But it's fun. It's like it's funny because it's like
It's funny, but like, why is a priest?
Why is a priest doing
That's such a bold move as a priest.
Yeah, but it's like when you know humor. He's like,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
this will
Yeah,
hit.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
Irish. He's like, I know this will
Was,
fucking.
was,
hit.
this, was this Christian Science Church?
No. This was Father Walsh.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you?
like-
Oh, by the way, I might beep that and whatever.
That's like the equivalent of like.
oh,
like,
his name. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent of like ironically using the N word on a black guy. Like, I think he's gonna find this funny.
I'm gonna fake sexually harass this woman who trusts me.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you also go to Catholic church?
Yeah, I bounced around a bunch. Yeah,
He was a scholar, a religious
Exactly.
scholar.
Yeah,
You-
dude.
And then I went to I think Presbyterian was my middle school.
Oh, so
I
you
don't
ate
know what they are.
fish.
Whatever Trinity Prep is, I don't know.
There's-
But
yeah.
that priest ended up going full leather daddy. He like his Facebook now,
Wow.
yeah, full leather daddy.
Satan.
Yeah,
Satan got his grips on him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still religious.
So
but I
he's
don't
full
know.
of pride right now.
Probably filled.
Dude, that's
with
what pride
Filled
is
to the
now.
Brim.
It's putting a ball gag in your mouth and telling your father you hate him.
Yeah,
And this is so now, as someone who is deeply uncomfortable with sex, does pride make you
I
uncomfortable?
hate it. I
See,
hate
he
pride.
hates. This is so funny to me because if we were talking about my level of homophobia, I think it's very unrelated to sex because everybody has some level of thing. It's like I genuinely, I will say this 100 times. I think dudes butt fucking is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's
Probably
like,
doesn't smell great, but it's
probably
fun.
not. Yeah, but I'm like, it's a fun thing. And there's no part of me that's like, no. But I think my aspects, if you were to like break down my homophobia, this is going to sound bad. I'm going to get into this. If it's early in the morning and there is a gay man singing on the train, I'm not ready for it.
Yeah.
It's not his fault for singing. It's my fault for not having the energy to match his energy. So I'm
Yeah.
homophobic before I have coffee.
But wouldn't anyone singing on the train annoy you?
Yeah,
the
why are you
same way?
specifying that it particularly bothers you if it's a gay guy?
no, it's just particularly often a gay
Or
guy.
just if a guy is singing on the train, you assume he's gay.
Yes, that's probably what it is.
I
too.
got a pocket full of sunshine.
yeah.
So pride makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't like pride. It's not about the gay.
You don't like
people.
the sex positivity.
I hate.
He's got this weird thing where he's
hate
like the
sex
children. He gets
positivity,
obsessed
dude.
with
You
the
just-
children.
Yeah, dude. If you're a kid, like you don't want to be exposed to that shit.
Well, this I don't. Who gives a?
Yeah, that's where I am. I'm so
There's
into
got to
fucking
be some
shit.
shame. We need shame. Our country has no shame, dude.
And
I-
have you? And this is,
I
is this something you've
disagree,
talked about to
I'm
like
pissed off.
a mental health professional, maybe.
No, I don't talk to anyone.
I talk to Michael Good once a week.
I just
That's
talk
where
to
I
my
flesh
dad.
out my
yeah.
ideas.
I scream into my pillow every night, every time I see
Yeah.
any gyrating at a bar.
I know it's like not a popular opinion, but I just like I can't stand I just can't stand by people. You know what it is? It's like straight women who go to Pride and they like have their tits and nipples out and shit. I'm like, that's not about gay people. Like that's about you showing off your body.
But my thing too is like
Your gross body.
I get what you're
Is
saying.
this also just? Are you just making that up?
No, I hate Pride.
Okay,
man.
so there, there is this
hate
thing.
it.
Okay, I do get what you're saying. There's a lot of bisexual girls that'll go to Pride and wear like a thong, and they're like, or allies that'll go and they're kind of making stuff about them, which I
Yes.
understand that. Alf.
Yes.
Notice how much better I said his words than him.
Well,
Yes.
he's being honest.
Yeah, but I get, but I still don't know why that would bother you.
Yeah. What do you care?
You know what? To be
I
fair,
don't
hey,
really
you know what?
care,
I'll get,
but, like,
I'll get into it.
this
I'll get
is
into it.
also-
if there's a guy that has an annoying haircut, it'll infuriate me.
Yeah.
But some things just bother you, and you can't
Now
describe. why
imagine
they
a
bother you.
parade of people with their annoying haircuts. And they're
Dude,
like,
if you give me a parade,
ooh, oh.
You can just
a parade of man bun
You can just
people.
not go. You just not go to the parade.
I don't.
so
go.
there you go.
I avoid it, but it's like, look, me and Alan talked about this.
yeah.
We're like, look, we can take away your right to vote just as quick as we gave it. So
Wait, gays were
maybe,
never not allowed
maybe
to
be
vote.
happy with what you got.
Just
all
also
right.
just Alan just being like, for some reason I don't like body positivity. It's like, well,
Yeah, I said right to vote. I meant right to marry.
Oh yeah. So what you're saying is that it annoys you on a you don't really care that much,
I just don't like. I think sex should be a private thing.
really.
And I think if you have a weird thing, that's fine. But like, you don't need to like put it on me. Like, I don't need to like.
I think you're
See
projecting.
it.
No one's
Yeah,
putting
I
it
think
on
you're
you.
projecting.
You don't
Well,
go to
it's
the
like
parade.
it's like the people who wear like the
it really seems like
leather and stuff.
but you're not going to it. So it's just the idea of this happening.
No, but I have
is
to deal
enraging
with
you.
them on the subway. I have to deal with them like just like assless chaps.
It's New
It's so
York,
funny 'cause
buddy. You
We're
moved to New
best
York.
friends, but I think we've never. We just have different. I'm like, that's where you feel. I feel different, but it's like I am so the opposite. I'm like, it's fun to see wieners out. It's fun to see. It
Yeah.
really thrills me. I'm the opposite. I get really mad when people are like, my sex stuff. I'm like, nah, open up. I want to hear everybody talk.
No, I just want to be Muslim. That's all I want. They figured it out. They
There
got
was
the
just-
outfits.
I love the idea of Paddy in a hijab. Like he's like, no, the men should also wear hijabs. Everybody should be.
No
just
one should
eyes.
look at anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
There's been these like reports and stuff about like what's going on in Afghanistan since the Taliban took back over, and it's all with the tone of like, oh, it's so I get why we had to leave, but it's just so horrible that this is happening. And then you just get Paddy and a man on the street interview just being like, I think it's great.
Just got my suitcase. I'm like, I'm here.
Guys, where do I sign up?
Where's my rug? I want to get down on my rug.
Guys, I'll say whatever booga prayers you want. Let's just get me in on this.
Yeah, who we bomb? Come on.
I was just thinking about the gay people in the morning thing. It's funny I say something that I immediately want to defend it, but it's like you've been in line at like a Starbucks and like you just don't have the energy to match the gay guy working.
I don't even. You don't even have to. I never like when people sing on the train. You don't have to.
Okay.
That's not even something.
See,
you have to
yeah,
defend.
that's like we are totally opposites. Because if
Yeah.
someone's like flamboyantly gay, I don't mind at all. But like it's when like I
It's just
can
too many of them get
it's
together.
the sex. I don't like the sex.
It's
in
so
a
funny because
public
we're
form.
exact opposite. I'm like the
I
sex.
know,
I'm like
I
get in
don't-
there, get a nice meaty ass.
I
and
just
lick it.
don't like.
But
it.
I'm also not saying I'm like sometimes. By the way, after 1 o'clock, if I see a gay dude singing on the train, I'm all about it because it's like I think it's more about my energy level in the morning.
Yeah.
And when other people have high energy morning, and you only go to Starbucks in the morning, and there's always a black man working at Starbucks. It's a requirement. Every
Yeah.
single one has one. So it's like I think when I go in and I'm like half asleep, and I had one the other day. He was like, there was 2 gay guys working. One of them was like, oh, you have to have the app. They're like, if you can't have the app, then you can't buy the Starbucks. And the other guy's like, just let him buy the Starbucks. And, he's like, and I was just like, but I guess that has nothing to do with
You're just like, can you just give me someone else to have this conversation?
But it wasn't like,
just really clarifying. Just like, I have a very low level of homophobia. You guys are triggering.
But it's like, I think it's more of just like a high energy level in the morning. You know what I mean? It's like high energy level in the morning is just hard. So like, I guarantee you if there was like a fucking frat guy in the morning being like, singing like, hey, we want some pussy. I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just, But as I said, the same thing. It's like, I going out to bars, gay dudes are the most, like a high energy flamboyant gay guy is the most fun then. It's the XY axis. I want to hang out with my mom in the morning and gay dudes at night. That's exactly how the timeline works.
Yeah.
Paddy also hangs out with gay guys at night and his mom in the morning, but he feels ashamed about it.
The next morning, I have to tell her, Mom, there was another one. I saw another one.
You'd be so funny to go to the Pride Parade, go to a gay guy, be like, I'm going to tell your parents about this.
Imagine I'm so pro-life, I'm also pro-gay. At least they're not having abortion.
Or you just see Paddy just coming out of the stall with like a parade of guys at Pride, and he's just like out of a porta potty. He just goes, "I'll fucking kill you if you tell anybody." Just like, no, I kind of already assumed this. I'll be honest.
Yeah, like a glory hole makes me uncomfortable. Not that I've ever seen one.
But the idea
That's
of it.
so
The
funny. Just
idea
like
of
the idea
one.
there's a portal somewhere on a thing. You're like,
I'm like,
holes should be-
nah.
See, I'm the opposite.
You're sitting there playing goalie on a glory hole. Like, no. People use this for a separate thing.
Yeah.
Can't use this.
I need like trust in a woman.
It's so it's so funny because it's also funny that I'm
a
projecting
little
weirdness
repressed.
to this
I'm a
'cause
little
the-
repressed.
Yeah, but that's not. It's so funny that I'm projecting that as a bad thing. You're like, I think I should love somebody, and then I'm out there like, people should just be coming and sucking. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you got problems, Paddy, because you're not out there thinking people should have jizz loads on their face. And I'm like, oh, maybe there's a safe level in between. But I get really furious, like especially if I do sex jokes and people in the audience get weird and they're like, ooh. And I was like, come on, I know
Yeah.
you like something weird.
Yeah. Well, that's
Like,
it.
do you like
I'll
anything
do
weird?
sex jokes and like, do I like anything weird?
Okay, wait.
sexually?
Here's the question: you do sex jokes, but then your visually sex bothers you because that's kind of the same thing. It's like making dirty jokes. Because
Yeah.
somebody could see the Old Morning Good cover and say, "Why does he got to put his hard dick on the?"
Yeah. Well, most of my sex jokes are about like they're not like
How
about
gays
they're not
shouldn't
like
be doing it.
filthy. Yeah. It's like, no, it's about like I don't know my shortcomings
Right.
in sex.
You squirt
and then,
little
like,
loads, just little.
Yeah, little. It doesn't go far; it's just straight down.
You say you got to be out by 4:45, right? What? Okay, shit. Okay, 5 more minutes. Okay.
Boy, this better be a good 5 minutes.
We just chat idly. What do you get up to this weekend?
But okay, so it's like you're bothered. So it's like, but does vivid sex jokes bother you?
Maybe a little. I don't know. Not
Wait,
really.
Can I say this? Does it bother you more if a woman is talking about sex on stage than a man?
No, sex. It doesn't bother. If it's funny, I don't care. Like
Okay.
honestly, I like stand up and real life are two entirely separate things.
I do agree with that.
Just see a woman telling sex jokes and Patty's just fucking punching the wall in the back of the room.
Damn it!
Shut up about your box, harlot. Patty comes on stage in a Pope hat. Well, I just want to be. I don't agree with anything that just happened up here.
Maybe I'm just like envious of people who can be that way.
You just want to be more free.
Yeah, let me extend an
Don't you
olive
do
branch
Molly all the
here.
time?
I do Molly, but I don't get like horny on Molly.
But do you not?
Yeah, I
do you
don't
not feel like
either.
more? Are you in like environments where like gay dudes are grinding up on each other? Are you going to straight raves?
It's the worst kind of raves.
No, I mean I go to raves, but like
Just
also-
Patty takes Molly to like operate like it's a middle school
but like
dance.
that doesn't like bother me. It's like the pride. It's just pride. It's just pride.
Is it just the word pride?
It's the pride. It's like
Pride being associated
here's
with
me,
sexuality.
Here's someone on a leash, and I just don't like it.
Well, also, I will preface this. This is also, I didn't mean to touch your leg there.
It's all right.
But
I'm not ashamed.
yeah. But it's also like with a podcast, I think the other thing too is like sometimes you get a strong opinion on something, you know, you're like, oh, maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah.
I fucking hate bologna sandwiches because you're like, we're filling airtime. And then randomly you're like, why do you hate bologna sandwiches? You're like, actually, I don't think I really hate it.
Yeah, as soon as these cameras are off, I'll suck both your. I don't care. This is a bit.
That is good pod fodder.
Yeah, pod fodder.
Yeah.
Who is the pod fodder? Adam Carolla?
No,
Bill
it's a guy named
Simmons.
Adam Curry.
Oh, Bill Simmons?
Yeah, he's a pod father.
Oh,
Is there a different one for Jewish people? I thought Adam Curry's the podfather.
That's who I
Did you-
thought.
Yeah, I was thinking it's like the Yahweh of pod father. Mine is actually Mark Maron.
don't draw him on paper.
I'll be very upset. If you spell his name, leave out the A's, please.
But yeah, no, I so is it the fact that I like me just making every bit serious and not fun. You're like, I don't know. I'm like, what is it?
Well,
that
Michael
bothers-
Good's Morning Good is an ideas podcast.
Yeah,
it is.
That's, it's and what's the picture now? Is it coffee? It
No,
was
it's
coffee.
me with a gun and cornrows.
Oh, sick.
Grand Theft Auto font. Looks fucking sick.
I do like that. Photo.
But the last thing, we got 5 minutes left. There was I saw an article about they have this restaurant that's fully run by people with HIV to end the stigma. Did I send you that? No. Would you guys be comfortable?
Yeah, I'll get a Bloody Mary.
That
Just stir it a lot. Make sure it's
that maybe I don't know if that's homophobic. Actually, to be fair, I don't know if that is homophobic to be uncomfortable with people with HIV. Like not like it's like that could be a germophobic thing.
Yeah, I think that's more
Because it's like
germophobic.
also for some reason a restaurant, it's like people making food. It's like I don't know how AIDS works enough to not be scared at that restaurant.
Yeah,
Because it's like I don't know. I've just worked in restaurants and there's always the guy cut. Like people
Yeah,
always
there's
have cuts.
knives,
Yeah.
I'm sure if they're working there, they're probably HIV undetectable. So it's like very low risk of transmitting.
Okay. Or is the appetizers just prep? They give you like little cupcakes with prep in it.
Here's the thing: is I would not be remotely afraid of eating that restaurant. I would not be scared of like catching HIV because I don't think it works that way, and I imagine that people working there have like taken
I have OCD.
all
so
that
I
stuff.
For sure would.
However, if I by whatever 1 in a billion chance got HIV, I would be so furious.
No,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. You just got it from a restaurant. You're like, food wasn't even that good. I could have done
It
heroin.
was fine.
Yeah.
You could have fucked a hooker on heroin.
Here's my stance: if this was on Shark Tank and they were pitching an HIV-run restaurant, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would not invest.
It's also funny
Patty's
you're
just
not-
like, will men be kissing there? No,
no.
Then yes.
All right. Are you spitting in the food?
It's also funny, like the way they act. They're like, "Hey, how's it going? I'll be your waiter. My name is Ronnie. Full blown AIDS. Bad. I mean, bad. I'm barely standing right now.
Would you go to that restaurant if they tell you if every person who like came by the table told you how they got HIV?
I would go.
Graphic detail.
I would go with like some friends. I wouldn't dine alone. That's definitely how you get it. Like,
Okay, I'll go.
We
But
got
you're
a
sharing
solo.
Yeah, that's one restaurant. You better not be fucking rude to those people.
Yeah, you better tip, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna give you AIDS. Yeah. How'd it work though? If I drank AIDS blood, would I get AIDS? Like, do you know enough about
I don't
that?
think so.
I think you just turned into a vampire.
You just start dancing. You just get way better at
They
dancing.
never talk about that with like vampires. Like, are they just riddled with HIV?
I think their body is a filtration system.
That's probably
Oh, of
true.
course.
Nah, I don't know. There's me again stomping on the bits. We do got to wrap up though. Where can they find you guys?
Me and Patty are going to be in
Protesting the Pride Parade?
in Rhode Island on July. My phone's off. July 22nd.
July 22nd.
July
yes.
22nd. Catch us at Shides on Beer Co.
Perfect. Instagrams,
At
or you don't have to.
Jason David Comedy.
Okay, perfect.
At Paddy is Funky. I have a podcast called News from Bed as well. Check that out.
Perfect. Also, listeners, these episodes might be out of order. There's one before this. It might go after this. Whatever Jake Velasquez one, that was recorded a couple days ago, but might come out afterwards. We'll figure it out. Michael Good Comedy on Instagram. Thank you for listening.